Yoink! 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, new record! In our last lesson, we learned how Rube Goldberg machines need triggers to control when the energy is released. So we each made our own track and trigger. And we practiced ways to pull the trigger to release the energy. A third grader named Ronza asked, how can I practice this at home if I don't have popsicle sticks and dominoes? So we tried pencils and Jenga pieces instead. There's several objects around the house you can use to make tracks, including books or toothpicks or even pencils. Everybody has pencils. Can't find a ball? Use cylinders. For more great ideas, check out this YouTube channel called Joseph's Machines. We also learned how to build our own tower twister with household materials. Okay, Rube Goldbergs, we are into the next chapter. We're still going to use catch cups and we're still going to use tracks, except this time only 3. We are going to change our dominoes into Jenga pieces, popsicle sticks into pencils. You'll notice the pencils are not sharpened so as to not confuse them with those in the white basket. So if it's sharp, put it in the white basket. If it's not, put it back in the cup, and the cup goes back in your bucket. Instead of having all ping pong balls, we're gonna have 1 golf ball, 1 wiffle ball, and 1 ping pong ball per team. And then we're gonna add some roly things. You're going to get 1, 2, 3 bottle caps, 3 mini cups. I like to keep those in there because they fit nice and neat. And some batteries. And an anchor yanker. So just like a boat has an anchor, a heavy weight tied to a chain, in this case string, you want the flat side one. So stand that right there to be the one that you stand it up on. And then on the other end is I'm going to connect this clothespin very carefully. Yeah. And what do you think is going to happen when the battery anchor falls off the table? Yoink! Woohoo! Obviously this is gonna fall on the floor, so please pick it up right away so we don't accidentally step on it. And you could just set that on the table. It's important to note that if you put the anchor just in the middle of the table and knock it over, nothing really happens, right? So to use it correctly, you need to put the anchor on the very edge of the table. That way, when it falls off, it yanks everything out of the way. If I put it near the edge, the ping pong ball is still not strong enough to knock it over. But if I put it on the edge, whoo, it's just about to tip that same ping pong ball. Yoink! This time, I'm going to go ahead and put the anchor yanker onto the ruler, the kickstand here, because it actually helps it to stand up, which is another bonus.
And then, again, I want my hex nut to go that way, so I'm going to wind it up the other way.
Upgrade to our kickstand with help from Xander and Matthews. We noticed, of course, that this does not balance very well up there. And so we tried a block, and that provided more area to balance on. But I want to use the blocks for the Rube Goldberg machine. I thought, what do I have a lot of? And I realized I have a lot of bottle caps. So now it's like a little...
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Tip me up and pour me out.
Yay! Take the anchor here with the flat end. This time I'm going to set a little wall of dominoes. I can see where it's going to hit. And trigger, the anchor yanker.
Yoink!
Ooh, yes! So now I could just put a piece of tape right there and hopefully it'll hit that spot every time. Again, quickly pick up the anchor yanker. The string from the tower twister was getting mixed up with the string from the anchor yanker. So I changed the color so if they do get tangled up, you can more easily separate them. The anchor yankers are now in this tall, skinny cylinder to keep it separate from the black bucket. The number doesn't mean anything. You're going to take that out and use it. When it's time to clean up, if you were in charge of getting the anchor yanker, your job is to put it back in that same cylinder with the clip going on top. And then the anchor yanker goes back over to the basket on the south wall. Same as before, please do not put the hex nut in the tube. However, when you put the kickstand in there, you can set the hex nut on the top. That's nice and neat. And if you were in charge of getting the tower tiered table, when it's time to clean up, you're going to use 2 hands to pick it up and carry it over to the south counter. Introducing our latest Rube Goldberg machine trick, the slapper. Yoink. Woo! This came from Joseph's Machines. Absolutely love it. It is so simple. Food cans, vegetable cans. I've tried chips. I've tried tennis ball canisters. I've even tried a giant slapper and it works great. This one goes more than halfway across the table. Amazing. The design is so simple. We're using household items. I've got a can here. Any kind of cylinder will work, even a water bottle. Cut the lid off and it works great. I still might try that another kind, but I haven't done it yet. And you gotta put a weight in here. I'm using a spoon because that's what you have in the house. And then a lighter piece of cutlery over here, a little plastic hand looking thing. My shorter cans, I found that the silverware stuck out too much. So I replaced it with a battery and it works wonderfully. Thanks to the leverage of this long arm, it takes very little weight to hold this down. And then you just get out of the way, smack! The tape roll does not roll very far. However, another simple solution from Joseph's Machines. Remember how we charged the ping pong balls by lifting them up and then letting them go? The same can be done with a roll of tape. I'm gonna lift it up onto a little domino here. And now it has more energy. It has been charged. Now how far will the slapper push the tape roll as it falls off the domino? Ha! Look at it go! There are several ways to make the trigger for our slapper here. This is, of course, the anchor and yanker, and you don't even need to clip it. It's so easy with the leverage provided by this long arm here. You can just set it on top. Of course, set up another ramp or something else to knock the anchor off. Yoink! I tried standing up the domino and it just didn't want to balance very well. But at kind of an angle, that helps to hold it in place. And now all you need are a couple over here to push the domino out of the way. And that's just one of several ways to make the slapper lay down. So remember, to give your roller more energy, just lift it up, even just a little bit. And now it's got more energy. And it goes away. Oh, I made it in the basket. Nice. On the south counter, the slappers.